Oh, look at this. Here's a cool item. Metallica Kill 'Em All patch. Working on roughly £1 each, and I've got 137. I could potentially, whether there would be a market for a whole collection like that for £100, I don't know. Well, hello, welcome back to the Tat Cave on a Monday. Here we go again. Welcome. Yes, beard has gone. Fresh looking Nick. I do need to have a haircut as well, but we'll start with the beard. Yeah, so start of another week. And I thought we would pick some orders first, get that out of the way. We'll do that quickly. I think there's 20 odd things to pick, but we can bash through that quick. Then we're going to go hunting in here, and I'm going to do that thing again where I pull out a load of stock, put it on the table and task myself to get it listed. That works so well for me, to talk about the items, show them in a video, and then, yeah, keep myself accountable to doing what I think I need to do, which is list more of this stuff. So before we pick eBay orders, we have a vintage sale. This handsome Denby, I think it's a Denby, yeah. Denby teapot has sold on Vinted. I'm not sure what it sold for. Not a great deal. I think that's quite a common thing. I don't think it went for a lot. And then shout out to Darren. Do you remember I put a video out of this amazing collection of rap CDs, most of which are now up there? Darren got in touch and put together an order of those. So really decent size order of the rap CDs. Thank you so much, Darren, for getting in touch. Very happy to sort you out a load of those. I've had all sorts of other interest in that rap collection since that video. Someone's interested in buying all of it. I haven't come up with a price yet to clear the rest of it. Who knows? And then this cassette player here has sold to Dave. Thanks for getting in touch. This is a Sony TCM 939 classic cassette player with its instructions and official power lead. Thank you very much for getting in touch, and you're sending me a little gift, which is incredible. Thank you, you're so kind. You're putting together a bundle of postcards for me. I love a postcard. I've just finished, I think I put an Instagram post out. I've just finished going through and pricing up 100 cards to go in our antiques booth. These are all local interest, Ramsgate, Margate, Thanet based postcards. But yeah, hi Dave, thank you so much for getting in touch and for your order. Can't wait to receive the cards and have a look through those. So I will open eBay on here. We'll take a quick look. We've had, like I said, I think it's 22 orders, mostly lower value stuff. So nothing exciting. So we'll whiz through these, pick them quick, and then we'll go hunting for some stock in there. Okay, so we need to find these and these and these. There's a nice order there. Big bulk lot of DVDs. Oh yes, and Diana, we'll mention this in a bit, bought the projector that I showed in a recent video. Oh, the Schleich dinosaurs have gone. So 22, not a big total this weekend, 308.78. Right, I'll try and find a spot up here to perch you, but it's a bit crowded. Some new arrivals. There's a Pikachu and is that Eevee? I think so. I've cleaned up the PlayStation sign and the Call of Duty sign up there. They're all nice and clean, ready for pictures and then getting listed. Some cameras I picked up recently, sat there waiting to be dealt with. Well, basically everything in here is waiting to be dealt with. A few little figures on here. These are Imaginext, some DC stuff, and a Thor figure there. Anyway, I'll try and perch you amongst all of this. Something like that. If we go down to the bottom, we'll start here. One of these Dungeon Tiles has gone for 30 A5. So it's Caverns of Icewind Dale. So that is going to be down here in this big stack. Here we are, Caverns of Icewind. It's going to be tricky one-handed. These are really quite heavy. There we go. No. My word. There we are. Right, so these are all new sealed packs of these Dungeon Tiles. They've slowed down. I think the more sought after ones all got picked off fairly quick, and it's now slowed to a trickle. So I might have to do an end sell similar, refresh all of these, and then maybe look at tweaking prices if that doesn't do the job. But that one's gone for 30, so that's nice. Harry Potter, The Magical Adventure Begins. This is, you can't see, a box set. I picked this up at the boot sale only a week or so back. It's gone for $12.99. It's right here. Now I thought this might stick around for a while. Can you see there's a stain on the cover where it's a bit darker here? You see it? Yeah, dark patch. So I don't know if something was put on there or it got wet. Obviously I declared that, showed it in the pictures. The books are fine. So it's the first 3 books. Wasn't much value on it. It's gone for 13. Paid, pretty sure it was £1 at the boot sale. I also listed a bunch of media in here, this little stack. I intend to sort through this soon. I'm itching to get going on this. I can list media so quick, and for me it does really well. I think this is going out today. That's a reissue of Definitely Maybe. I mean, Oasis are pretty hot at the moment because they're doing their reunion tour. Yeah, that was a 50p CD I picked up. I think we'll find out in a sec. I think it sold for 8. Picked up this recently in a bundle of CDs. Owes me less than 50p. It's a sealed Pet Shop Boys Agenda single. Well, it's an EP really. That's on at 40. Hasn't gone yet. So yeah, been listing some interesting stuff. This is a good one if you see it when you're out and about. Mrs. Aris Goes to Paris. I think that's listed at 12, 15, something like that. I think this one may have sold. We'll find out in a minute. I think I listed it at 13. This is a good one if you spot it. The Deadly Trap, this particular issue goes for 15 to 20. This was a nice find. This owes me, what did I pay? £1, I believe. Zorro series 1 to 3, the Disney series. That's on at 50. 50. Yeah. Anyway, I still love selling media. Most media is not worth good money. If you know what you're looking for, you can still make money on it. Anyway, let me pop you back up there and we'll carry on picking. I was going to whiz through this quick, wasn't I? Next, right, so here is the Oasis. This is the reissue once they'd left Creation. And yeah, it's on Big Brother, the record label. Nice thing actually, because it's got a booklet in with all new pictures that weren't in the original sleeve. I remember buying the original back in 94, would have been. So yeah, loads of cool pictures from the recording of that album. Nice reissue in a little gatefold card sleeve. What did it go for? Yeah, £8. So not bad, 50p into £8, sold within the day, so all good. Where's that going? Down there. Right, let's get this done. A mug. There is a note on it. That's just, they actually requested that I held it back for a week because they're away. I messaged and I said, eBay stipulates we have to send within our allotted or our advertised window, and it has to be received within the estimated delivery date. We're held accountable to that by eBay, so no, I can't hold it back for a week. But I said to them, it'll go Royal Mail, So if you're not there, when they try to deliver, it will be held at your local delivery office. And they said that's fine. So they're okay with it. Anyway, it's a mug. This one. Picked up recently. Can't remember where Andrea got this. And it's sold for 15 plus post, 19 all in. There's that. Kath Kidston tea towel has gone for 10. Where did I put that? A5. A5. I know you can't see it. Hold on. In my rummage box. Polka dot. Kath Kidston. There's the little label. Unused. £10. Phone case A2. A2. Oh yeah, here. That one. That is iPhone 15, the standard iPhone 15. Gone for 7. Right, now we've sold some coal tar shampoo. You may have seen I was sorting through 2 crates of cosmetics and that sort of stuff that I picked up a while ago. Tasked myself to get all of that done. So it's all now listed. You can see some of it's up here. There's a load of it in here. All of this stuff. There's you can't see, but it's all. Where am I pointing? In there. But some of it, as I think I said in that video, some of it really wasn't worth listing. So all of this we're going to take and clear at the next boot sale. So about half a crate of it didn't get listed. Right, here is the coal tar shampoo. It's all brand new sealed stuff. Most of it has long dates. I think this expires like in a year's time or something. So it's got a long date on it. And that's gone for $16.99. Per item cost in that those 2 crates was pence. Next to nothing. I bought the whole lot super cheap. Next, an A6 phone case. That one, that's for iPhone 15 Pro. £7. Oh, hang on a minute. A6, they bought 2. Yep, they bought 2 of those. Grab another one. 2 to the same customer. Lovely. Next, Rolodex. Who remembers a Rolodex? Those youngsters watching won't have a clue what a Rolodex is. It's a little thing that you spin and it flips through different pages with all of your contacts with phone numbers and addresses on. And here is a refill pack for a Rolodex. I've sold that right, for £10 plus post, £13. Yeah, I've got 3 of these. First one's now gone. Rolodex refills. Next, 3 silicone scar sheet packs. So part of that pickup of cosmetics and stuff, a whole load of these. So I've done a lot of 4 and multiple lots of 4, and then I had 1 lot of 3, and that one's now gone. I think it was on at 10. Yeah, £10. So 3 of these silicone scar sheets. I think maybe I had a message come through that these are going to a viewer. I think so. If so, and if you're watching, thank you. We do appreciate it. That's those. Star Trek 25th anniversary CD-ROM from 1992. Very little value. Went for a £5. Here it is. This was a freebie picked up a while back. It should have a big cardboard box. It was a big box PC thing. So just the inner CD tray or CD case. Yeah. Gone though, out the door. That's what we like to see. Next. Oh, the Pioneers have gone. A4. Right, so somewhere in A4, I've filled these shelves up now. Oh, they're right in behind there. I've stacked all of this cosmetics and stuff Right, I'll have to dig these out. Hold on a minute. Okay, we got there. So, 2 Pioneer compact disc, 6 compact disc magazines. So for a multi-CD like changer system. 2 cartridges for those. See what they went for. £18. I listed as a pair for 18. So those have gone. Next, now I said this Mighty Joe Young that's the original Mighty Joe Young from 1949. That's when it was originally released. £12.99. Mustn't grumble. Now, next, I said this is a good order. I bundled up a whole load of these. I've got, I don't know, couple of hundred of these Three Kings DVDs. So somebody bought a single one. Oh, is it the same buyer? It is the same buyer. Okay, excellent. Odd, but yeah. So one buyer has bought a single one. I've got a listing running of these individually for very little, £3.49. But then I did a bundle of 40 for £20 plus the post, so 27 all in. So 40. I can't remember how many lots I've got running. If we come down here and you peek in there, you will see piles and piles. These are all that same title. So I'm going to have to count out 40 from in there. Maybe I've got 3 lots of 40. I can't really remember. So yeah, I'll do that in a bit. If we come back this way, we have to avoid these dinosaurs, which are still sat on the floor. Of course they are. Yeah, so that's nice to shift a bunch of those. Next, we have a Gibson's Christmas puzzle. The C word, it's coming. Yeah, I put this on whenever it was, last Friday or something. Only for, I think it was on at 10. Gibson's Christmas alphabet puzzle. Gone. Something else from the kind of cosmetics bundle I picked up is Stop and Grow. Yeah, it's like a nail polish to stop you biting your nails. Wasn't much value in it, £4.69. There we go. I did set this out. It just about goes as a large letter. So postage will be that little bit cheaper. That's gone. Now the projector. Did you see my recent video where I was projecting, I projected the moon onto the ceiling down here and then stuck my face in it and cast a shadow on the moon? That was using this little projector. And Diana got in touch and said, have you listed that? I said, not yet, but I can. And I did. And thank you, Diana, you picked this up. This is a cool thing. Like I said in that video, I was so sorely tempted to keep this. It's so much fun. You will love it. It's got 12 little slides, some of which are in here. One doesn't have a case and it's still inside the unit. And I believe they're all muddled up, I'm afraid. So they may not be in the right cases. Apologies for that. So yeah, that is off to Diana. Thank you very much. Sizzix 3 times thin dies. Now Sizzix is a crafting kind of company. They make machines to, yeah, that cut out different patterns in paper. I think that's mainly what they do. I had some of their little cutting dies. That one hasn't sold, but these 3 thin ones have. You might be able to see the pattern on there. I believe underneath this soft thing there's a cutting edge, and when you put it through the machine, it forces the paper into it and it cuts the pattern out, I think. Anyway, those 3 have gone for £6, was it? Something like that. Right, large letter, out the door. They don't actually owe me anything. They were a freebie. Right, now the Schleich. Somebody said, is it Schleck? Schleck? Is that how you say it? I don't know. So the first and only bit of that big dinosaur pickup that I got listed has now sold, but it's out here. It was quite a big thing, so I think I put it in here. No, oh, it's not in there. In there. No, hang on a minute. Where did it go? Right, it's around this side then. I think. Yes, right, in there. So that is the Schleich or Schleck playset. So that's gone. Listed at 35, that's what it went for. Happy with that. The big dinosaur collection I spent £60 on. I will do a follow-up video, honest, at some point, and talk about how much these might be worth. These are the huge ones. Look at that. Look at the detail on this. It's so, so epic. Yeah, so got a big chunk of my investment back on that playset, so that's a good start. Right, are we nearly there? We're nearly there. 2 more to go. An A2 phone case, another one of these, iPhone 15, done. And finally, A7 is an Infantino zip fold-up baby carrier, which is that. So in there is one of these baby slings, and you can roll it up and carry it like a little, almost like a bum bag. That, I think that was on at a tenner, not worth much. Okay, excellent. So I'm going to get cracking, get all of this packaged, and then I'll come back to you a little bit later and we'll find a whole load of stuff. And then the stuff I find will be my task for the next few days to get listed. So I'll see you in a bit once I've done the packaging, got it all dropped off. Well, hello, it's now the next day. In fact, it's the next evening. Yeah, just didn't get organised yesterday to go picking in here for stuff. And today got away from me, so it's now the evening, but let's do it now. I've just had a couple of interesting sales in that I'll quickly share with you. Just sold a camera that I picked up recently for like £1, I think, at a yard sale. It's this little Russian camera. Now I'm selling it as untested, sold as seen. I listed it a few days back and I've just had an offer in at 35, which I've taken. So not bad from, pretty sure it was £1 I paid. Likewise, from the same yard sale was a little Garmin, kind of like a Fitbit. You can't really see it in here. It's a little watch, you know, tracks your heart rate and movement and stuff. You know, the kind of thing. It is, if I read the title, Garmin Vivo Smart 4 Black Fitness Activity Tracker. Also owes me £1, and that went for the same money, 35. Yeah, got a bunch of interesting orders that I will deal with tomorrow now. But yes, my task is to go in there, force myself to pick a load of stuff off the shelves that needs dealing with, show you, talk about it, task myself to list it. But quickly, before we start that, I have a Depeche Mode item of vinyl. This is Home from 1997, 12-inch single. Really hard to find, hard to get hold of. I finally acquired one. That's going in the collection. Slowly but surely completing my Depeche Mode 12-inch singles collection. But the ones I need, the ones that are left, can be eye-wateringly expensive. Anyway, right, let's go hunting for stock. Well, it's hardly hunting because everything here is stock that needs dealing with. It's just a case of picking things, talking about them, getting them out, and then tasking myself to list them. What's in here? Oh, these were good. I picked these up recently. Yeah, Facebook pickup for free. This brand actually, Igloo. Can you see it? Igloo. The big cool boxes they do can sell for silly money. This is like a kind of lunchbox deal and a little kind of thermos. Yeah, there's a market for it. Nice little pickup. Oh, this as well. While I've got you here, this is a PS1 dance mat. Do you remember the thing? Do you remember when this was all the craze? This is a Dance UK dance mat. These just on their own go for about 20, but it has a little game with it. Hang on a minute, where's the game gone? Dancing Stage Disney Mix. I looked into it. Actually, I'm going to split these. I'm going to do the dance mat on its own for about 20, and this game itself goes for between sort of 7 and 10, I think it is. Well, let's grab that. Let's just talk about it, Nick. Pick it up, move it. Right, there we go. One item. Well, we'll call it one item, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to do that as 2. So I think we'll go for 10 things. That seems the right sort of number. That's what I normally do anyway. So I was trying to get to this box, which I think is some of the big board games haul that I bought down and just didn't get around to dealing with. Yeah, so this is Cthulhu Wars. Bunch of figures in boxes. A lot of it is sealed. In fact, maybe all of it in here is sealed. Ah, okay, these bits maybe not. Can you see? Well, let's dig that out and we'll make that something we need to do. There's more weight in there than I expected. Well, I'll do some research, find out what we have here, and see if we can get it done. I'll call that one item, but clearly there's lots of items in there. If they have value on their own, I'll break that down, do it as separate items. I have sold some of the Cthulhu Wars stuff before, and it was pretty good, so I would imagine these will all go on as separate packs. But for the purpose of this video, we'll call that one item. Okay. It's just a mess in here. Oh, I do have a load of these Thomas Kincaid puzzles. These were a local pickup again. I'm sure there's more. Where did I put the rest of it? Here we go. These. Right, let's get all of these out. I think I'm going to do one big bundle. So there's 4 there. So Thomas Kincaid is an artist. And these are a load of puzzles. All by Kincaid. These are the pictures. So we've got 4 there, and there's another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, I think the plan was to do one big bundle, but we'll have a look. Maybe I'll split it into 2. But I just need to make some room. So that's a nice big bulky stack of stuff. There we go. 3. Right. Now I keep looking at these dolls. Let's do those. Yeah, there's more down here. These are nationality dolls. They're vintage. They have like little sleepy eyes, so they wake up. And they have different national costumes on. Where's this one? Oh, that says Italy there, look. So I don't think these have much value. Probably will go as one big lot. But again, I will do my research. So we have this stack in here. See if we can get these out. Oh, there's a map on top. You see it? Let's get that out of the way. Very old map. Right, so grab those. So how many have we got? 4, 8, oops, 11. So it's 11 of those. Yeah, all different countries. They look to be hand labelled. Look, France, Poland, all with these sleepy eyes. Right, so we'll do something with those. I think what I'll do, once we've grabbed 10 different things, I'll go and do some research. I'll come back to you and give you an idea on values. That way, hopefully there's some useful information in this video, right? So, bulky stuff. What is this? eBay tapes and books. I don't think I've looked in there since we moved house. Now, I have a bit of a cassette problem going on. Under here, there's probably 200 or 300 cassettes. There's some really, really good stuff. I picked up a load of Beatles stuff not long ago. A really nice collection of early Blondie stuff on cassette. Do I want to look in there? Yeah, let's do it. Right, I'm going to need 2 hands to grab this. This one weighs a ton as well. Okay, yeah, so I remember these now. We went to a jumble sale and I picked up a collection of these fireside books. And I think this is a different set. Yeah, friendship books. And then there's also, as it says, loads of random cassettes in here. Oh, some tarot. Right, let me just get it all out. So we have a bundle of the friendship book. We'll make that one lot there. And a bundle of the fireside book. Make that a bundle as well. There. So we're calling that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then these cassettes, I plan soon to go through all of this and sort it out, including the cassettes which are living under there. So I'm just going to leave these in the box for now and deal with them along with all of the other media. The tarot, I do have a bunch of other tarot somewhere. Are they here? Are these? I'll pop those there for now. I think there's, well, these are angel cards and other cards. Okay, let's do something from in here. I've absolutely rammed this full of stuff. I do keep looking at these Star Wars. Maybe we'll get those out, do some research on those, see if we can get those listed. And these, I bought a huge job lot of these Bygone Kent magazines. I think I paid 20, and there's, I don't know, it's all of this and these and these. Right, let's do the Bygone Kents and the Star Wars. Let's make a hole in here. There's so much other stuff I've crammed in on top. Oh, look at this. Here's a cool item. Metallica Kill 'Em All patch, vintage. It has been sewn on something at some point. Isn't that cool? But yeah, I've squeezed all sorts of other stuff in on top of these books. so I'm going to have to get these bits out. Right, so we have, can you see all of those? All of those. And all of those. And that reveals all of this in here. Forgotten Realms books. Are these D&D? Yeah, Dungeons and Dragons, Forgotten Realms. Look at that. Wow. Right, so we have more to get out, and then I'm going to go for these Star Wars as well. Right, so likewise at the top here we have all sorts. There's a mobile phone, some vintage sunglasses, a label maker, all just squeezed in. Doll's house furniture. A cocktail compass. Okay. Right. So we have more of the Kent history books and another load here. So that's all of those. And then we can get to Star Wars. There we go. All of those. We will try and find out a little bit about these and see whether these are worth doing a book at a time or as a collection. So that's those. And then I don't know how many of these we've got. Might be 100 plus. I may do these. I think these are it's a periodical thing. So they come in volumes. This is volume 24, number 2. So whether they're worth doing in volumes, I don't know if it was monthly or 3 or 4 a year, who knows. So we'll do our research, find out what the best way of proceeding is. One way or another, we will get them listed. That is the plan. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, so just 2 more things. Well, I'll tell you what I could sort out. These funny looking boxes here are advent calendar things. And Christmases are coming. So if I pop you back over here for a sec, I'll go and grab those and show you what they are. Now I grabbed all of these at a yard sale a while back. They are IKEA, I believe. Yeah, look. Jolmies, does that say? I believe they're empty and they just have little drawers so you can put stuff in for your kids and then every day open a drawer and find a little prize. I don't know how much value they might have, but Christmas is rapidly approaching, so I might as well get them listed, see if we can shift them. I have, what's that, 4 of these, and they're big, they're bulky, and they need to go. So that can be our number 9. So, right, just one more thing for this video. Oh, I could deal with that. I've been putting off dealing with this. Now, not that long after we moved here, somebody was clearing out a load of stuff and giving a load of bits away, local to us. And I picked up this. This is now I think it's called, if you can hear me over the tinkling, a Capiz. I think this is Capiz shell. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's a vintage kind of chandelier light shade with all of these little round dangly Capiz pieces. And yeah, there's a market for these. Oh. We'll get that listed. I think I'm going to have to hold this and let Andrea take pictures or vice versa, because I don't really have anywhere of hanging this in here to get the pictures. But it has considerable value. I think when I picked it up, put it on there. I think when I picked it up, I did an Instagram post, I think, and I looked at completeds then. I think that's 40 to 50 pounds. So we'll go with that as a value. And then what I'll do, I'll quickly do some research on the rest of these, and I'll check in with you in a minute and let you know a rough idea of what we're going to do with this stuff and how much it might be worth. So I've decided doing one thing at a time and then showing you is probably the easiest way. So these advent calendars, couldn't find any completeds in the UK. There's somebody in America trying to get 1764 when you convert it from dollars for a used one. And that's about it. Here's a used one again, but in Canada. So I don't know, I guess I'll just make up a price. I might stick them on. I mean, they're all sealed. Try, I don't know, what do you think? Is 20 going too far on those? Just a cardboard constructed thing. Don't know. That's my thoughts at the moment. 15, 20, who knows? Might do some Google research in a sec. See if I can find out any more info. But not much in the way of completeds on eBay. So I just counted the Bygone Kent magazines. And I counted 137 of these. I need to go through them and see if they are sequential lots, and maybe I will break them down into years or whatever. Let me show completeds. So when we look at completed lots, I think this is the way to go. There's a bundle there of 9 at £15. Lots of people selling them individually, but it's just not worth messing about with, I don't think. So here we go, this sort of size. So there's 11 there for £12, so about £1 each. But that includes shipping. At 12 there, £12 rather, for 11 magazines. So not great value. I could of course do bigger bundles. I could do a whole collection. I mean, if you're working on roughly £1 each, and I've got 137, I could potentially, whether there would be a market for a whole collection like that for £100, I don't know. Not sure. What would you do? Yeah, I'm going to spend some time and go through and see what I've got. I would assume these are sequential and somebody was, you know, buying them monthly or whatever it is. I may yet do one big bundle. That would be less work, right? And one lump sum. I'm pretty sure I paid 20. So that would be, you know, perfectly acceptable. 20 into 100. If I could achieve that, maybe more. Or maybe 2 or 3 smaller bundles. Not worth fiddling around with individually for me, I don't think. Way too much work, and for £2 or £3 each after fees and post. No, I'll do it in bundles. So that's those. Let's look up these 2 different types of book. Okay, so the friendship book. Just been looking these up. The earlier you get, the more valuable they become. So we've got 1958 here, which I think is the earliest. I've got a load from the 60s, 68, 65, 66, 62, for example. And there's the 58 one for £9.79 just for the one. I couldn't find many examples of bundles really. Here we have 77, 81, 89, and they took an offer. That's in Australia as well. Not many people doing bundles. So Yeah, I may yet do these individually then. Although by the time you get into the 60s, the values do drop already. So I've got 58. What have we got here? 62. Oh, there's a 56. So probably do those individually. What did I say? 62, 66, 64, 65, 68, 69. I think I'll probably do that bundle of 60s ones and maybe try these individually, or possibly a pair. And they were at a jumble sale. I think all books were 10 pence. I think it was either 10p or 20p. It was a while back. Yeah, so should do okay out of those. The other ones are these fireside books. David Hope. A similar sort of thing, I think. These are later though. These are into the 90s, right up to 2006 there. So I'll have a look. Oh, there's an early one there. 77, 91, 93, 83, 2001, 89. Right, let's have a quick look. Okay, so not a great deal of value really. There's a little bundle of 5 from 70s through 80s to 1990. Then you got 1078. Individually, so there's a 1979 one, 750 plus post. Yeah, there's not much in it. I will probably bundle these up. And what have we got there? Maybe 20 plus post on the bundle, something like that. That would be my initial thought on those. Okay, so I've just done a search for this, and that's what mine looks like. We've got 3 kind of layers, if you like. And I've searched Capiz shell lampshades. So here's one that I think's a bit bigger, 6 tiers. They got 6828. It brings up all sorts of different Capiz lampshades. There's one again. I think that's a bit of a grander thing, but 5929. That's similar. That says 4 tier. So again, mine's slightly smaller, 5703. Oh, I've got some like this as well. We picked up in a charity shop. There you go, Will. See if we can find another one. That looks sort of similar but different. There's one and they're kind of pink, 4207, and that's more tiers than I've got. That's similar. They may be a green tint. 40, and they took an offer. Yeah, 40 there on a slightly bigger one. Yeah, so I think I was about right, 40 to 50. Should be able to sell that. Let's take a look at Thomas Kincaid puzzles. Right, struggling to find anybody that's bundled them up. These are the ones, Gibson's Kincaid puzzles. People like these are all used, by the way. Yeah, not great individually. So that's 864, 650 plus post. So, you know, if you work on like a fiver each, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. £45, maybe 40 plus post. Yeah, maybe something like that. I do feel like I just want to get rid of them as a job lot. So I think that'll be the plan on those. I don't know, would you do all 9 as one bundle? I think so. Not many people are doing bundles at all, so I would stand out. Or I could do a 5 and a 4. And if I work on roughly a 5 or a puzzle, yeah, that will be my plan. Either all 9 or a 5 and a 4 bundle. Just get them gone. Right, so these nationality dolls, which we have, what did we say, 11 of. Not much in the way of bundled up. £16.13 plus post there, so about 20 all in, and they had 12, and then a bunch there, which is 11, look, on bids, which is not how I choose to do things. A fiver. So yeah, perhaps we are looking at about £20 for those. Not much. These came from a viewer who was clearing a house, and they invited us down to take a load of stuff if we wanted to try and resell it. So they don't actually owe us anything. So yeah, I think we'll go about 20 quid on those. Let's take a look at these Star Wars books. Okay, so to get an idea, I've searched 3 random titles in this set, and we've got Galaxy of Intrigue there. So that's just one book. This is sold in America. There it is again. And then if I go back to a previous search, this is this one, Scum and Villainy. So you can see there's some real demand for these. Some of these are new. Now, I won't be able to do mine as new, but I mean pre-owned, basically the same money there. Most of these are coming up in America. I think these have been imported from America. Yeah, you can see there, look. Printed in the USA, and they've got American prices on. But then if we go back one more page to this one, Unknown Regions, look at that. I mean, that's new, but isn't that crazy? And there's a couple more here. So that one sold on offer, again in America, and another one there. So I don't know why this one in particular seems to be fetching big money. But there you go. So these, I'm going to take the time and I'm going to individually list them all. But there's all of these as well. So that's pretty awesome. Okay, so if we take a look at this, I did some recent research, but just to show you, this is the Dance UK version of a PS1 dance mat. And so unboxed without the software, you're looking around the £20 mark for one of those. And then if we look at the software, let's go back. It was this one that came with it, Disney Mix. So it's a Konami dancing stage, Disney Mix. And you're looking top end of 9 there, 8 there, 650. So yeah, my plan will be sell the software as it is and sell that on its own. Okay, I've been trying to get some information on these Cthulhu Wars packs. This is a sealed expansion pack. I can only find really any completeds in America. That pack didn't fetch an awful lot. And then we've got these smaller packs with figures in. I found that one completed again. If I go back here, in the United States at $35.30. So I'm toying with the idea of bundling these up. I don't know. I'm going to do a little bit more research. So let's say these are 30 to 40 pounds a pack. I've got 2 of those expansions which don't seem to be doing that well. This bottom one is opened, and a load more bits here. It might be an ideal bundle. We'll see. I'm not decided yet. Sometimes half the work is just making decisions, right? I don't know if it's just me. I find, particularly when I'm tired, making a decision on what I'm going to do, I find can just take time and a lot of energy and effort. I'm pretty much decided where we're going to go on all of this. I'm going to do a bit more research on this. Am I going to split it up? Am I going to do it as one big bundle? That's really all I'm trying to decide on that. But there you go. Those are my 10 things I'm going to sort out and get listed. All of this stuff. So if we can get that all on, hopefully get it sold nice and quick, that will be another step in the right direction. Right, making some space in here. Space. We're getting there. We really are. I do have Simon, the gentleman marketeer, coming to visit relatively soon. And I'm trying to get this place a little bit more organised than it is currently for when Simon comes over. If you made it to the end, thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. The word of the day is little wooden man. Little wooden man, look, there he is. Type little wooden man in the comments if you made it all the way to the end, just to let me know you got here. And if you would like to carry on watching me, I'll pop a video up there. Here's Andrea and I out charity shopping. I'll see you there in a sec. Ta-ra.